Michael Bloomberg went on TV during the 2014 Israeli bombing of Gaza, known as Operation Protective Edge, and he made a full-throated defense of war crimes.
It's difficult to watch the images that we air on our network and other networks. This week, a school attack that had thousands in there. It was described as bloody mattresses, children killed who were sleeping next to their parents. The UN Secretary General Ban Ki-moon said Thursday, nothing is more shameful than attacking sleeping children. Did Israel go too far?
Israel cannot have a proportional response if people are firing rockets at their citizens. Can you imagine if one of the contiguous countries to America were firing rockets at America? The same people who are criticizing the Israelis would be going crazy, demanding the president does more. Unfortunately, if Hamas hides among the innocent are going to get killed because Israel just does not have any choice but to stop people Hamas firing rockets at their citizens. They have a right to defend themselves, and America would do exactly the same thing.
Doesn't the Geneva Conventions lay out that you cannot attack schools or hospitals?
Nobody's attacking schools or hospitals. We're attacking Hamas. But Hamas is standing in the middle of a hospital. If they're standing in the middle of a hospital and they're firing rockets at your kids, what would you expect us to do? Would you really want us to not try to stop them? And unfortunately, if there are innocents getting killed at the same time, it's not Israel's fault.
So when you bomb a school and you know children are in there, it's not your fault. What do you want us to do? Hamas bad. Let me give you the numbers on 2014 Operation Protective Edge. Between July 8th and August 27th, more than 2,100 Palestinians were killed in the Gaza Strip. 2,100. The number of civilians, 1,462 civilians. I don't know how that breaks down as a percentage, but according to the UN, they say about 80% civilian casualty rate. The number of women and children, there were 495 children who were killed and 253 women who were killed. Now, on the Israeli side, 66 Israeli soldiers were killed and 7 civilians were killed. Michael Bloomberg is arguing for a response here that's lopsided. He's saying, yeah, that's what, you want us to respond in a proportional manner? No. We're going to respond in a lopsided manner. And if we bomb schools, if we bomb hospitals, during this bombing, they also attacked the only power plant in Gaza. He's like, tough cookies, suck it up. That's what we're going to do. And it's the right thing to do. Oh, we bombed a school and we knew kids were in the school? It is what it is. It's not our fault. Really? Whose fault is it? Whose fault is it? He keeps bringing up America as like, oh, imagine if we were in that situation. Imagine if somebody did that to us. That's the real imagine if scenario here. That's the real imagine if scenario. Somebody bombed an American school with knowing that kids were inside. Somebody attacked Americans. There were 2,100 deaths. 1,462 of them were civilians. 495 of them were children. 253 were women. This guy is callous. This guy absolutely, as president, would commit war crimes and not think twice about it. This is the same mindset as Trump. Remember when Trump said, we have to take out their families. We have to take out their families. He was on Fox and Friends talking about going after not just terrorists, but the families of terrorists. We got to take out their families. That's what he said casually. We got to take out their families. By the way, you know what his first military raid as president did? It killed a 9-year-old American girl. He doesn't care. He doesn't care. Civilian death drone rate through the roof. He doesn't care. Doesn't impact me. Doesn't impact the people I know. So it's far away. They're brown people. Whatever. Whatever happens, happens. No, we have to value civilian lives. These are not debatable issues. The whole point of the Nuremberg tribunals and the Geneva Conventions and international law and the International Criminal Court. The whole point behind it is, these are supposed to be rules, laws that are objective, that apply to everybody. Michael Bloomberg is casually saying, no, let's ignore that. Let's ignore that. If we got to bomb a school with civilians in it, so be it. That is not defensive. That's not defensive. Killing civilians on purpose is the definition of terrorism. That's the textbook definition. Killing civilians for a political or religious reason. That's what that is. And he's casually like, yeah, that's fine. I'm okay with that. Well, then you're a terrorist sympathizer at best, a terrorist at worst, because as president, I'm sure you'd be pressing that button in a second. So this is who we're dealing with, man. This is who we're dealing with. The more stuff comes out about Michael Bloomberg, the more damning it is. And we're just getting warmed up. A lot more stuff is going to come out. It just broke this week that there are countless women accusing Michael Bloomberg of sexual harassment. This is the same thing that happened with Trump. The list is endless. So we're just getting started, man. What are we going to do? Replace one corrupt oligarch with another corrupt oligarch and think that things are going to improve? It's not going to happen. So it's time to fight back. It's time to examine what this guy actually believes and what he stands for. And what you hear right here alone is disqualifying.